I love gear, you know what I mean? Like tools of the trade, functional stuff that's often aesthetically pleasing, even beautifully designed, right? But completely inanimate objects, right? So when it comes to doing product video, how do you tell a compelling story when your main character can't speak or emote?
Sure.
Well, as cinematographers, what do we have in our toolbox? We have lighting. Well, we've got angles, framing, right? Probably most pertinent and crucial in this type of situation, we've got motion. You know, I heard a really great expression about this once. In video, motion equals emotion, right? Doesn't that make sense? You know, in photography, you have implied motion. You can infer the motion from, like, you know, the motion blur, the context of the picture, and it informs the piece, right? It gives it more substance, more context. Well, it's the same in video, and just like we have lights and modifiers and frames and all that, we also have tools specifically for motion control. And so today, let's get out the slider and shoot my smartphone gimbal. It's the Hohem iSteady M6. I think it's a nice aesthetically pleasing little piece of tech. Not sponsored or anything, just really dig the gimbal. Oh, big news, we have a giveaway winner. So that means we still have 3 prizes left and the one on Instagram, of course. So stick around till the end of the video for details on all that good stuff. And if you dig the content, like, share, sub with the bell, all that. And yeah, let's get it started. Alright, let's get our shot set up. What gear are we going to be using? I think 3 lights should be plenty. I'll have 2 40 watts and a 60 watt, all 3 from Ulanzi. We'll see, you know, what modifiers once we get it set up. And then I've got a really great manual camera slider from a company called YC Onion. And really funny food-based names for all their stuff. And we'll be using a nice little like mini fluid head from Neewer, and we want to get our framing set up, get the slider set up, then we can decide where our lights are going to go after that. So let's hop to. Okay, I got everything set up, got everything in place, backdrop, products here, but I'm setting up the slider, and I wanted to show you guys something. When something's a pain in the ass to set up, a lot of times I just won't use that piece of equipment. Even if once it is set up, it makes my life a lot easier, makes my job a lot easier, gets great shots and stuff, and that's the story with this slider, definitely. Now you can set this camera slider up a few different ways, just like a lot of them, right? So I started off with this Arca Swiss plate and just got it kind of mounted permanently. I don't take it off. That way I figured stick it on a tripod when I'm ready to use it. Bada bing, bada boom, right? Wrong. Once you get to sliding, that thing is going to get to leaning, so I had to get a support arm. Well, no, I actually need 2 support arms. I tried a couple dedicated stands, I tried a few things, and there was nothing that was just quick and easy. So I thought, what do professionals use on a movie set? And it's a Dana dolly would be the equivalent, right? And a Dana dolly isn't held up by a little 1/4-20 or like a 3/8. They've got a junior pin or like maybe a baby pin receiver on the bottom and mounted to a couple cinema grade light stands, Lowboy Juniors, something like that. Enter the Rapid Baby adapter. You know, I picked up a couple of these a while back and I haven't used them because they don't fit on a baby pin. But they do fit these light stands that are like a truncated baby pin with a 1/4-20 on top. You see that? So I just keep these in with the slider, and when I want to use it, screw them into place. And they really don't even need to be tightened on the stand itself, which makes it really easy to reset. And you know, there's a triple riser here so they can get decently tall. I hope that really helps. Let's get this first shot set up. It will not require my YouTube lights, so we're gonna turn those off, set up the slider, and get to our first shot. Alright, we've got everything in place, ready to go. Let's go over the AVA checklist type of thing here before we get started, okay? So, audio considerations. Not mic'd up at all, visual considerations, let's take a look at our framing first. So we've got our product centered. I'm coming in from a low angle for a hero shot. Product is at a 3/4 angle, and I want it to go high contrast. So we've got it real dark, and lighting has a nice slash across the center at an angle, shining down on that edge, motivating that edge rather. That edge courtesy of the Digital Photo Snoot Mini. I love that thing. Then our key light is same thing, 40 watt, those little cube lights, but we've got a parabolic softbox with the grid to prevent as much spill as possible, keep that high contrast. And I like that 3/4 angle because with geometric faces like that, you come in with that key and it's nicely, softly illuminated, and on the round part beneath, you have a nice gradient. And I really love that lack of fall off on geometric faced objects like that, like the pyramids. If you notice, we're staging our product here on duvetine to prevent any, sort of bounce or anything that might happen there. Plus, I've got an acrylic, black acrylic platform or whatever for it. That way, if we do get the platform in camera, it has a nice reflective look, right? So, pretty cool. All right, the last touch, we have a little bit of haze in here. I really don't think it's having that much of an effect, but I will say that I love how this is motivating our edge light here on our product. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so we're just gonna get a couple shots. Make sure to track. I think I'll go with 35. And going in the 35, and then I'm gonna come up a little bit closer. Alright, so we're gonna come in and just make our way up like a hero shot. And then lastly, we're gonna slide back as we tilt up. Alright, I think we got enough shots, different focal lengths at this angle. Now we're gonna come at it this way for some dedicated close-ups on the spinner. Okay, we've got the next shot set up, and I changed the lighting. I really like the color contrast and RGB, and also it's gonna go with the final shot, which will be me using it. Okay, so let's take a look at our frame. Okay, so you see we're in really close, and I want to focus on this trigger. The angle it's at, you catch the gimbal if you're in ultra wide mode on your smartphone. So tapping the trigger 4 times, it does this cool spin move, like switch in reverse, so it's not in frame anymore. So that's pretty cool. So that's the feature we're gonna highlight. I've got it on a little spinner, and so I think I'm gonna start on the trigger and then move back. That way we get a good couple rotations. Even though that's going kind of fast, I'll still have to move in the slider fairly slow to speed it up so it looks like it's, Alright, I basically did that a bunch of times, forward and backward, and we'll just take the best shot out of all those attempts. Okay, nice to have studio back in order, everything back in its place. I had to crash out after the last shot. It was after 2 a.m. I didn't realize it was that late, but we're well rested, freshly caffeinated, and I want to show y'all something before we get started on these final shots. It's not the iPad. It's what the iPad's on. The AT01 and 02. I get probably more use out of those than I do any other piece of kit. Now the stand itself is like a beefed up version of one of these. This is perfect for like a little 2-foot tube light, or one of those little tiny 100-watt lights that everyone's putting out now, the little small run and gun ones. Perfect. Get you 4 or 5 of these. They're only like 25 bucks. Now the wheels are your typical tripod dolly, but they're from Ulanzi, so they're inexpensive, and I got them originally for this. And well, I think I actually got them for review, but I plan to use them with this tripod, which I also highly recommend, but I digress. Let me show you what I was using for the iPad before. It's like a miniature rolling light stand. It only gets this tall. The original one I got from Ambitful was like 5 feet tall, so that was pretty sweet. But the radius, it's only like 30 centimeter radius, but it's got locking casters, pretty handy. The only issue is they had a pinch lock collar, and it was a metal pinch lock collar, and you don't want a metal pinch lock. You want a brake system if it's metal. Use a pinch lock with plastic because it's designed to give. Exactly what you would expect happened. It broke under the pressure. So for that and many other reasons, the AT01 and AT02. Link in description. Okay, let me get a light set up. We'll get on to these next shots. Okay, we got everything set up for these last couple shots. Basically, I come in with the gimbal, I hear cut on the headset, I look down, OTS shot, and we got a close-up of using the trigger, which we'll actually do, and then we'll work in the spinner footage without me in it and stuff like that, so it should be pretty good. And then the final one is actually using the trigger, which we'll get a couple angles on of just close-up of just the trigger, and one of the whole thing where it does its flip-flop move, and should be good. Alright y'all, thank you for sticking around till the end of the video. First and foremost, let's talk giveaway details. We have our very first winner, y'all. That's right, we crossed the 100 subscriber mark, and at Elijah's Fire, do me a favor, leave a comment on this video or reply to the comment I left on your most recent video, or hey, shoot me an email, diamondmine@gmail.com. As soon as we touch base, happy to figure out a way to get you your prize. And remember, that leaves 3 or 4 more prizes. We have prizes at 200 subs, 350 subs, and 500 subs, the grand prize, plus a giveaway going on over at Instagram. Check the pinned reels for details on all that over there as well. I'll tell you what, I absolutely love product video, especially tech, especially video related tech, obviously, but I had an absolute blast shooting all this stuff today and yesterday. If you get value out of my content, if you dig this kind of stuff, do me a favor, a like and a share, a comment, all that makes a huge difference, and subscribe to be entered to win, of course. If you dig making videos, and if you dig watching videos about making videos, then I dare say that you've found your clan. It's good to see you, it's always good to have you, and we'll catch you next time right here at the Diamond Mine. Peace.